Welcome to Precious Metals and welcome to the Lamborghini Gallardo. The Gallardo is often the forgotten icon that saved the Lamborghini brand. And while most people visualize Lamborghini's flagship V12s, whether it's the audacity of the Countach's design or the road presence of the Aventador, they think of wide, scissor-door V12 cars. The Lamborghini Gallardo is often forgotten and overlooked, and today I'm going to tell you why that is a shame. The Lamborghini Gallardo was first unveiled to the world at the 2003 Geneva Auto Show, and it was the result of a promise Lamborghini had made its customers years prior. They had promised to deliver an entry-level model to sit alongside of their V12 flagship cars. The Gallardo was the product of that promise. It came when Audi purchased a financially unhealthy Lamborghini. After the 2003 unveil, the Gallardo was met with almost instantaneous success that never really slowed down. Between 2003 and the end of production in 2014, Lamborghini sold and produced 14,022 units, more than they had ever built in their brand's history. In that time span, they offered the coupe, they offered a Spider variant, they offered lightweight track models like the Superleggera and Performante, among other special editions, which included the Valentino Balboni edition, honoring their famous test driver. The Gallardo largely saved the Lamborghini brand. It brought lots of first-time buyers to the brand, in addition to redefining what the supercar could be. The exterior of the Gallardo is a continuation of Lamborghini's famous wedge styling and is immediately recognizable. Lines like this windshield, the front fender, the A-pillar, all pay homage to Lamborghini's designs of the past. The interior was actually a massive leap forward compared to previous models and even Lamborghini's current flagship, the Murcielago. It has heated seats, navigation, more visibility, amongst other creature comforts. However, a good-looking interior and exterior is not enough to compete with Ferrari's 360, 430, or even the Porsche 911. The Gallardo had to pack a punch in performance. Once again, it did not disappoint. Originally offered with a 5-liter naturally aspirated V10 with either a single-clutch E-gear transmission or the coveted 6-speed manual, the Gallardo delivered. With over 500 horsepower and a 0 to 60 around 4 seconds, the Gallardo was fast in its day and is still very respectable today. This particular Gallardo has the 5-liter V10 and a manual transmission, making it one of the more rare specs. Given the Gallardo's decade-long production run, Lamborghini did make several improvements to the car. The first came in 2006, where lower gear ratios were added, a new steering rack, a revised suspension, amongst other improvements. However, the big change came in 2008. The LP560 was unveiled with an updated 5.2-liter V10. It had uneven firing compared to the pre-LP's even, a revised E-gear option, exterior changes, LED lights, new bumpers, amongst other things as well. The LP560 was a needed facelift to keep the Gallardo relevant. During the Gallardo's lifespan, Ferrari had produced the 360, 430, and even the 458, so Lamborghini needed to keep improving the car to keep pace with the competition. So what is the Gallardo like to drive? Well, it is pretty darn good. The all-wheel drive system is starting to get a little dated. You notice it in low speeds and cold temperatures, but it still holds the car to the road as you go through corners. The shortcoming of the Gallardo is definitely the E-gear transmission. You want the gated manual. The E-gear, even on its best day, is clunky and not smooth, especially when compared to Ferrari's single-clutch F1 transmissions of old, their current dual clutches, the Huracan's dual clutch, Porsche's PDK, even the new C8 Corvette's dual clutch. The E-gear it lets the experience down, and of course you have potential reliability issues. However, all things being considered, it is still a very special experience. But perhaps the neatest thing about the Gallardo and driving one is the different experiences it offers. Because of the number of variants, you can purchase a Gallardo for whatever driving experience you're looking for. Whether you want the paddle shifters, a gated manual transmission, a convertible, a coupe, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, leather, Alcantara, track models, it doesn't matter. There is a Gallardo that is meant for you and a variant that you can purchase that will deliver on that driving experience. And very few cars can say that. I think the production timeline is really what has allowed the Gallardo to evolve and have so many different variants to it. And that's a really neat thing. Plus, the absolute best part of this car, the straight pipes. So now that we've discussed the Gallardo, I'd like to break down the spec a little. This is a 2006 with the 5-liter V10 and a manual transmission. The exterior is finished in a beautiful Fontes blue metallic with a matching bicolore interior. The rims are the Callisto style with black brake calipers. The car is completely stock aside from a set of Fab Speed straight pipes which sound absolutely glorious as you're driving it and spit some massive flames. I think this spec is really unique as you generally see bright colors like Verde Ithaca on the cars, and it's unusual to see kind of these dark colors outside of black, which is ironic because my Murcielago is bright red and this car shares the garage with a bright green Verde Ithaca Lamborghini Murcielago. My only complaint about the spec is the Fontes blue sometimes is a little too dark and often gets confused for black. The Gallardo is an amazing car. It was named after the Gallardo breed of bull and doesn't let the Lamborghini name down. It was one of the first supercars to be daily drivable and only set the stage for future cars like the R8 or Huracan. With that being said, it isn't without its faults. The trunk space is horrible and the technology is dated even from when it was new. The navigation isn't very good and the radio is also a shortcoming. And while I know the real music is in the engine, sometimes you want to pair the glorious V10 with a glorious song. The E-gear examples do suffer shorter clutch lives and can be prone to expensive repairs like the F1 pump. The LP560s are supposed to be notably better than the pre-LP cars. As the Gallardo becomes older and hits the bottom of its depreciation curve, it's becoming harder and harder to find clean examples. For example, most of the manual transmission Superleggeras are now twin-turbo cars and far from factory. After being fortunate enough to spend years around the Gallardo, I can tell you it is well worth owning and is far from an old supercar. As the automotive world changes and technology continues to evolve, the Gallardo will always have its place in history as the car that saved Lamborghini. And I think someday it will be recognized for its role in that history. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for plenty more content to come. It says that. What did I say?
I said today twice.
Quick for its time. No, I didn't.
It's still very. It's quick for its time and.
I didn't say today twice. With silver brake calipers with black. They're black. They really are black.